Alright, we do, folks. Boom. I'm going to 5 numbers after the name. A little Wasteland Wednesday over here. A little murder game. Y'all already know how we be is doing. You know, yesterday was murder game. I think yesterday 53 was just maybe the top kills I got. Maybe. I don't know. Did I get a 56 spot the week before? I got to go look. Somewhere around the low 50s, low to mid 50s where I'm at right now in terms of kills in the game. Playing TDM, kill confirmed, obviously. I imagine if you play Dom or modes that last a little bit longer, those numbers mean nothing to you. But speaking of TDM and kill confirmed. TDM, I think I've had in mid 30s. I may have even cracked the 40, which is pretty wild. But then again, you have to kind of remember, I'm not really looking at kills per se. It's the EKIA. So it counts like assists and whatnot. So it's not as like glamorous or stupendous or marvelous as it used to be when it was all so simple in those early days, the simpler times. Call of Duty. So anyway, the Rampart. I want to talk about. We're going to little specific guns over here, kind of as I'm putting up these footages. I'm working through the weapons over here, and in this case, we're using the Rampart. I believe we have perks. Yeah, we definitely have perks. So this is just a random, a regular class for me. Engineer, scavenger, probably gung ho, I'd imagine. Maybe Dead Silence or Ghost or something, but Dead Silence is what I've been running normally on this bad boy. I don't think they have high caliber 2 on. I'd have to look and double check. But either way, what I'm gonna say is I couldn't really notice the difference, but obviously there has to be a difference. So it's just me. Like, don't take this as a grain of salt. But if you've kind of seen my gameplay, if you kind of know what I'm about, and you care about my opinion on this, here it is. The Rampart is just kind of whack. I don't really want to say it another way, but it's kind of whack. And there's actually was patch notes released yesterday, which I think makes it a little bit better. I think they kind of reduced kind of the randomness of the recoil a little bit from what I read. Don't 100% quote me on that. I literally just kind of grabbed. They literally came out as I'm recording the video, so I haven't even tried it yet to see like what its effects are. But I might not try it. I might not use the Rampart again. So it's a gun that it shoots a little bit slow. The recoil pattern is a little bit random. You shoot long range with it. It's fairly accurate once you kind of control it, but every once in a while it kind of spaz out on you, and you're like, huh, like what the hell? So it's not really the best up close. It's kind of right up far. I don't really know what like the best part of the Rampart is outside of high caliber 2, which is an attachment you get when you max this bad boy out all the way. And it reads something like pretty much anything chest high counts as a headshot or something like that. You get like the same damage you would for a headshot for anything chest high, which is great. I mean, honestly, that sounds ridiculous. I'm like, oh, I was like, that's dope. Like, that's really cool. And then you kind of work your way to using it. I'll never forget, you got to like get that thing all the way up, which is why the Rampart ended up being, I think, the first gun I got. Like, I got the gold in this game because it just takes you so long to get the damn high caliber 2. Like, it just takes like a long time. You can play really well. It's still gonna take a long time to get high caliber 2. And then when you get there, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I felt kind of disappointed by it. It didn't really feel like it was gonna, you know, the idea is like, oh, this thing's gonna melt people. And you get, and you're kind of like, I mean, that's alright. It's solid, but it's not really anything crazy. Like, give me the ICR and I can kill people quicker because I'm actually aiming at them at the right place. So I don't know. Take it for what it is. I still see it used a lot, so it is a popular weapon. At least I believe it is. From what I see, people use it, but I'm not really. I'm not the biggest Rampart salesman you're gonna see over here. I put the Maddox ahead of it, but the ICR ahead of it. I put the KN ahead of it. I have not used the Vapor enough to have an opinion on it. I'm actually excited to kind of get on that. That might be the next one I do. But I gotta get the Vapor on there. So to me, it's almost. I have a question mark on the Vapor. I haven't really touched it. But I would definitely put it behind the ones that I've used a lot, which are the KN, the ICR, and the Maddox. To me, those are leaps and bounds better. Like, the KN to me just drops people quicker, period. It does also kind of jump around a little bit, which isn't the best, but I feel like I can control that a lot more than I can control the Rampart, for example. That might just be me, though. Maybe I would love for you in the comments to put that, you know, how I would do change my life. Like, I literally tattooed a high caliber 2 on my back because of how good it is. And if that's the case, great. I'm completely cool with being wrong on that. I don't think I'm going to give the Rampart another chance to prove me right or wrong on that one. I think my time with the Rampart is kind of done. I don't really like the ICR. I kind of mentioned in yesterday's video that there's a couple scenarios where I feel like I could use it. You know, long range kind of scenarios in the jungle. Where else at? In the snow map, kind of any map that I'd appreciate having that kind of level of accuracy, even if it means maybe a slower rate of fire or whatnot. The Rampart just doesn't bring that accuracy to me, so like I don't really have much of a really have much of an option. And by the way, that is how you do a pro purifier run right there. That's about as good as you'll ever see me use the purifier on this channel. Hope you guys enjoyed that footage. That's it. There won't be another time I use the purifier that good. Ever. Like, really. Like, there's a 0% chance. I know this game has, like, a long, like, lifespan and stuff like that, and just came out. Not a chance you'll see use the purifier any better than that, man. And that's kind of what, like, the specialists are in, you know, the best capacity of a specialist is the ability to kind of change your game. You know, we were kind of relatively maybe close. Actually, I haven't seen the score here in a minute. My screen's so small. But now it's all blown up and open. All of a sudden, we got ourselves that Wasteland Wednesday footage. You know what I'm saying? If you guys are wondering how this game made it onto Wasteland Wednesday, here's your answer over there. We got the Mantis going. I love the Mantis, man. It might be so. I prestiged twice. I unlocked Gung Ho. Now I unlocked the SOG, the SMG, and I unlocked the Maddox. So the two kind of furthest weapons that I like to use that you don't get for a while. My next one might be the Mantis, because that's like level 41, and I miss having my baby out, man. It takes me so long to get my baby back out there, man. So I might have to do the Mantis. That thing might have to be forever, ever on me, because I love this dynamic over here. So I'd love to hear from you guys if the Rampart changed your life, especially with High Caliber 2. Great. To me, it was a disappointment. It really wasn't any other way to kind of label it. It was disappointing. I didn't feel that kind of effect with it. The randomness and the shot selections wasn't for me. I feel like I can't push. I feel like I just can't play like the kind of game that I like to play. And I don't really know what the purpose is of having a gun that you can't do that with. And we laid that smackdown, by the way. You opened up that game pretty quick. That bird of game, you know what I'm saying? Check out the captain over here with the final kill. Is he using a Rampart, yo? On the real? It's kind of crazy, yo. What's up with the Rampart, man? Rampart's dope. Deuces.